Welcome to Epic Stock Due Diligence. Please subscribe at youtube.com/EpicStockDD. Thank you.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another possibly entertaining episode of Epic Stock Due Diligence. That's youtube.com/EpicStockDD. So if you haven't subscribed already, I encourage you to do so. And feel free to share with others too. Help my viewership continue to grow. I really appreciate it. What I want to talk about today are pump and dumps and how to, it's kind of part of the Epic Stock Due Diligence theme, how to go in and do your own due diligence and decipher. Why? Why did that happen? When did that happen? Why did it happen when? Blah, blah, blah. And again, this video and all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only. They should not be considered a recommendation to buy or sell security. I'm sharing this video and all of my videos for entertainment purposes only. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this goodness here. So pump and dump. If you're not yet familiar with a pump and dump, you may want to watch some of the other Epic Stock Due Diligence videos first. I've got a playlist right at the time of posting this. I've got well over 100 videos. But to summarize, a pump and dump is something that unethical traders are often behind. And long story short, a stock may go from, let's just say, basement bargain prices of .0001 price per share, and it may shoot up to 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents, $1, who knows. That's an example of a pump and dump. So as a trader, how does one better familiarize themselves with a pump and dump? Well, something that I do is I go out to sites, and you can check out how to screen for stocks daily. I've got a video on that. But something I like to do is sort by price per share on a site such as OTCmarkets.com. And I may go from .000, that's 3 zeros, .0001, and I may filter it up to .0012. And I may look at stocks that during a certain day of trading, or maybe a couple of days of trading, have risen from the ashes, what they often refer to as the cellar, C-E-L-L-A-R. The cellar, because stocks that are trading at .0001 on the ask often have no bid, meaning that a trader could acquire shares of that, but as soon as they acquired the shares, they're likely not going to be able to sell because there's no bid. So it's particularly interesting when you find those stocks, looking at scans, that jump from 0001 even just a few levels, maybe to 0005. But the ones that jump to 001 and beyond, that often signals some sort of breakout. Now, most often, that's often, and there are occurrences where a stock maybe there's some official news that's actually of meaty substance, and it's rocketing because of that. But most often with these sub-penny plays, especially the ones that are in the 000 price per share range, so 0001 up to 0009, most often those are very manipulated stocks, and they're the target of a lot of very creative pump and dumps. So here's what I do. I look, like I said earlier, I'll scan for 0001 through .0012. And I'll find ones that actually did that in one day of trading. And maybe it wasn't that day of trading. Maybe it was a few months ago. Maybe I load a historical chart for the past 6 months, maybe the past year, the past 2 years, whatever. And you look at that chart and you look for those spikes. And when you see those spikes, go back and go way back in the past. Maybe it was a few days ago, maybe it was today, maybe it was 2 years ago. Whatever the time frame may be, look at those little humps in the chart. And then look at the news that was before and after that pop and flop. And then also look at the forums. Look at forum posts around that time. Look at the post before. So let's say hypothetically it was at 0001, and then the next day it was at .002. Boom, straight up. What caused that to happen? Read the chatter in the forums from the past. And then when it started to tank, Read the chatter from the forums. Read any press releases that may have been made publicly available from the company. Read any, look for filings that may have hit. And see what may have triggered that rapid pop and that rapid flop. Because from a chart perspective, that boom boom very rapidly is indicative of a pump and dump. And it's not to say it's always a pump and dump, but when you're dealing with stocks in the sub-penny range, especially the 000 range as I've illustrated here, it's most often the direct result of some sort of pump and dump. So by looking at historical occurrences, it's easy for one to become better familiar with, well, how did that pump and dump emerge in the past? What were the people in the forum saying? What were websites saying? What were press releases saying? And then just kind of look at that past example and see how it panned out. Because no two pump and dumps are alike. But if you take the time to do your own due diligence, and I look at this as a form of entertainment. So if you take your time to do your own due diligence and entertain yourself and look at these past examples, these historical examples of perceived pump and dumps, it makes most people a better trader, because then when this company that's trading at 0001 and then all of a sudden it pops and the forums are full of excitement, perceived excitement, I must say, it's easy to look at the past and see how a similar scenario may have panned out for a similar stock and just kind of be better prepared for what's likely going to happen. Because more than likely, and this is what I always say in my videos, and some people don't appreciate that, but more than likely what's going to happen if someone speculates with penny stocks, more than likely they're going to lose everything. And I'm not saying that to be a pessimist. I'm a very optimistic person, but I'm a realist. So it's one of those things, if you look at the past, you can better predict what may happen in the future with similar stocks. And like I said, no two stocks are the same. But that's just a little tidbit of stuff I wanted to share with everyone, because it's easy to go into forums, especially as a new trader, go into forums and drink the Kool-Aid, as they say, because everybody's saying, oh, this is going to go to the moon, whee, and all that sort of activity, and more than likely that's not what's going to happen. But if you look at those historical examples and decipher, like I said, from news, post in the forums prior to the pop, post in the forums prior to the flop, after the flop, post pop, and you look at that, what led up to it, and then what made it tank. Now, not every stock's going to be up and down in a couple days. Some of these pumps, and you can check out some other videos, some of them are multi-day pump and dumps. So they may go up, and then there may be a short sell-off. And then there's pump 2, and then there's a little sell-off. Pump 3, so forth and so on. So it's easy to, it's impossible to predict, well, just because this stock did that, then this stock will likely do that. It is very rare. It is a very rare occurrence for two different stocks to perform in the exact same fashion. But there are similarities among multiple stocks. And as you experience more with the stock market, and as you do your own due diligence and entertain yourself by prowling the forums and reading press releases and that sort of stuff, it's easy to decipher what goes on behind the scenes. So I hope you found this video to be entertaining. If you did, share it with others and subscribe if you haven't already. YouTube.com/EpicStockDD. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. And be sure to check out my book if you want to. There's a link if you go to the main page, youtube.com/EpicStockDD. Picture of me in front of that bull up on Broadway in Manhattan. It says, buy my book. And I'm not here trying to pump my book, but if you do want to check it out, I'd appreciate it. It's available in the Apple iTunes store. It only costs a few bucks. So with that being said, stay tuned, subscribe, share with others. I got a lot more goodness coming soon. And y'all have a good day.